Greetings again, everybody. Welcome back to the world of Dark Souls. Last time we killed a giant bull demon, and this time we're actually going to complete the first half of our first objective in the game. Isn't that sweet? And as you can see, the weapon of the day is the Zweihänder. It has high strength requirements, at this point at least. It needs 24. But I'm going to upgrade my strength to 16 and will still be able to wield it. The reason for that is, if we wield the weapon two-handed, we don't need to meet the full requirements, and 16 is just enough. Also gonna use the heal miracle. It has a slow casting speed, but it's great for in-between battles. Let's just briefly say hi to our old friend the Undead Merchant again.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered. Oh, this one. Ain't she lovely? Her name is Yulia. She's plumb in love with me. You'd never leave my side now, would you, Yulia? Oh, you can forget it. I'm all that she needs. Careful! She'll bite your little fingers off. Be kind, Yulia, be kind. Now, don't squander your time chatting. You need to look over my wares.
Well, he seems sane. I'm going to buy the repair box and the bottomless box so we can repair and store equipment.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
After that little excursion, I think we should just go ahead and make some progress again. To do that, we will go back up to the bridge where the Drake was breathing fire. The official name of it is Hellkite Drake, by the way. And I think that name is fitting. You can exploit this here, by the way. You can rest at the bonfire and climb up and get 555 souls every time he does this. But to get past him, we actually have to shoot an arrow at him. Whenever we do this, he will fly, land on top of the bridge here, and we can just run under or past him like we don't even care. In here is a bonfire, but we cannot light it or rest at it because we still have an aggroed enemy on our tail. Now the Hellkite Drake will basically set the whole place on fire, and it's kind of a miracle it doesn't light the bonfire. But if we wait for long enough, he will actually go back up there to sit there. And then he'll take off as well into the distance, which is exactly what we need. Because now we can just go back on that bridge and take our time. And collect all those items on there. The Claymore is another great sword like our Zweihänder, but it's, well, not nearly as big. We can safely cross the bridge now. But we shouldn't take that long because the dragon will come back. And through this gate is, well, later part of that area, but we won't go through there because as a new player you're very unlikely to actually go this way. You're gonna go a different way. And I'm gonna show you that, well, in a second. I'm using the Zweihänder here. It is a weapon that requires kind of more timing, especially when being used without a shield, because you cannot block. Well, you still can block, but not as efficiently. Weapons aren't very good for blocking. Now I just quit and reload the game to make the Drake appear back up there. There's a reason for doing that. Because there's kind of a trick to him when he is there we can do now. But to do that, first I need to clear this area of enemies so we can be safe here. Yeah, that sword tears right through these enemies here. Weakness? Tail. This is a really good hint actually. Now in this game, whenever an enemy has a tail, there's a good chance you can chop it off. Or rather, deal damage to it until it falls off. And, well, with the Drake's tail, we can actually do just that. We will have to pump it full with arrows. I'm just going to speed it up right there because we don't need to look at this. It's gonna take a while. For our troubles, we will get what the community commonly calls the noob sword. It's called that because it's often used by new players. But there it is, and it's actually called the Drake sword. Now, as I said, it's often used by new players, but they fail to realize that after a certain point it just really loses its usefulness. And they just keep using it. The two-handed heavy attack, by the way, is a shockwave. Awesome, huh? This decreases the weapon's durability though, so you should use it sparingly. Now, the heavy attack of our Zweihänder, which is that overhead swing you just saw, can actually one-shot most enemies at this point. But even if it doesn't kill something in one hit, it will still at least stagger them. In most cases even knock them down, allowing us to follow up with a second hit. That there was another move I didn't show off yet. When you dodge, roll, and attack, your weapon will do a unique move. In this case, it's a thrusting attack. Back in the Undead Parish. Now behind us is actually that one bonfire we rested at earlier after we got past the Hellkite Drake. That's kind of a big move. It hit us even though we rested at the bonfire. But hey, we survived it. Now coming up is a rather tough spot. You see right ahead that there is some kind of armored boar standing there. This is a mini boss. And you will definitely want to kill those two guys here. Otherwise you will have trouble with him. Because he is hard. The easiest way to deal with him is to pull him out, but to that, yes, we need a clear field here. Now he's gonna come charging at us, and we can just do that here. And then plunge attack him. Now this one didn't connect properly, but it still damaged him. And his AI is kinda broken, so now he walks back. And then we'll turn around to charge us again. If we get close enough to him. It's really easy to cheese him that way. But I don't really want to cheese him, so I'm just gonna leave him for now and actually deal with something else. Also a mini boss. Just gonna walk up slowly here because I want to backstab him. Of course, another Black Knight. Well, that was a fucked up backstab, but it doesn't matter. At the very least, I will be able to show off how a heavy attack staggers the Black Knight. Here, there it was. So yeah, this one is actually one of those Black Knights that use the greatsword. And there's a good chance that their weapon will drop upon defeat. And there we actually got the greatsword, the Black Knight greatsword. The first one can drop the Black Knight straight sword. But don't worry, if they don't drop their weapon, none of those Black Knight weapons are missables. I kind of like the view here. So I think I'm going to, yeah, use the orange side soapstone to write a message telling the other players that play Dark Souls just that. So we can't actually freely write a message, we have to select from some templates, and I just wrote a gorgeous view. I hope someone will enjoy this message. But now, well, now we will have to fight the boar. Or rather, we don't have to fight it, we could just run past it, but I'm going to fight it. The game officially calls it the armored Tusk, I think, though. I am not too sure on that. Kinda fucked up here, I didn't want him to get back in here. But yeah, I don't want to bother with him for too long, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna cheese him here. Later though, I will be able to show you a fight in, well, similarly close quarters. Where I can't even cheese him. So look forward to that in a later episode. Oh, and by the way, he can actually drop his helm, which yes, we as a human can wear. And I just used the heal miracle just to heal myself there, in case you were wondering. Now the armored boar is actually easily avoided. You could just drop down there, where the bridge is, and you will land almost where you have to be. And you can even, cheese him from here if you have like magic or a similar means of ranged attack that isn't physical. The problem with that armored boar is that, well, I had a heavy sword, so I didn't notice it, but lighter weapons actually bounce right off him and only do very little damage. Using these alluring skulls on the boar would have been an option probably. When you throw it at an enemy, it makes the surrounding enemies attack it, or at least certain types of enemies. I don't know if it works here, I'm not too sure, I never tried. So now that gate is locked. If we had just ran straight up there as soon as we got here, we would have been able to get through it. But we were too slow, so now we have to go the long way. Now the first two hurdles of the Undead Parish are now overcome. The first one being the Hellkite Drake, the second one the Armored Boar. This area really kind of feels like a gauntlet. It is several difficulty spikes and is also much more difficult than the previous areas we've been through. And it definitely feels like an early game climax, considering that the boss of this area is considerably harder than the bosses we've met so far. The Undead Parish also is kind of a hotspot for ganking invasions. I myself got invaded in this particular spot right here twice already. Not with this character though, obviously, because this is the first time here with that one. But yes, it's a hotspot for invasions. There are several players who kind of take pleasure in just playing through the game at low level to get high level equipment and then invade low level players here just to fuck with them. And yeah, you have to be a little careful here, but if you just adjust your camera you can walk over here safely and get that item. It's not worth the danger in case you don't think you can do that, but I would say it's rather easy. Another nice view. This game has some really pretty visuals at times. Whoa, check that out, an enemy with their back turned to us. I know what to do. Well, today really isn't my day when it comes to backstabs. But at least I'm able to show you here that sometimes enemies get staggered even if you don't hit them by the sheer force of our attack. It's another reason that Zweihände is a really great weapon, even though it got nerfed with the latest patch. It used to be much faster with a heavy attack. Now it's really slow, but it's still very strong, and I highly recommend using it if you think you're able to use a weapon that relies more on timing than blocking, but will be able to kill most enemies in one hit. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but I know for a fact that there's an ambush up ahead, so I will want to peek around the corners carefully. A thing I would advise you to do in general if you don't know what's coming. Normally I just try to aggro one of them and then fight the other one after I killed the first one. But this time I was trying to kill him with my sword in one hit, which kind of failed. Those new guys with the capes and the big shields, they're called Border Knights. And Border Knights, well, I don't know if they are from the Kingdom of Border, or if they are a division of knights called Border Knights under Lord Gwyn. Gwyn is, by the way, one of those guys that got introduced in the intro cinematic. And there's another one coming right there. Kinda aggroed him by running too fast, probably. But I can't stress enough how important timing is when using an attack like a weapon like the Zweihänder. And the halberd I just picked up, it's a decent weapon I guess, but I don't like it much. Basement key, remember the key, it's important. Now we open the gate again, but there's a good chance that a hollow will come and close it again. For now, let's not go inside that church just yet. At least not through that entrance. Instead, we will go this way, because there is something that is a little more interesting to us than the inside of the church right now. Tons of summoning signs there. Oh well. One little mistake can actually kill you. I just slightly mistimed my attack and that killed me. If it had connected, I would have killed that guy. And I wouldn't even have cared about the other guy because I would have been away already and could have killed him in one hit. But hey, you learn from mistakes. In any other game, I would probably cut out the deaths, but here I think, well, it really benefits the experience of the OP. After all, the game is notoriously difficult, and even I, as an experienced player who knows exactly what he's doing, sometimes fuck up and manage to die. Even the biggest pros do that. And definitely go down here. The other way is, well, dangerous. Because down here is actually a bonfire. And you know, whenever you can actually reach a bonfire, you will also want to light it up and rest at it, so you have a checkpoint. So now we are in a safe haven again, and revived to human because I died and was hollow again. This is also a good bonfire to kindle, because we will come through here at least twice again. You might hear this noise. Let's check it out. Oh hey, a blacksmith. Hello, blacksmith.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me. Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, They never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh? There are two types of weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services. You can forge armor just like you do weapons. Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well.
Oh, for 1 second I thought there was a character without a sick laugh. But anyway, Andre is awesome. He just explained the upgrading weapons to us. Well, to upgrade weapons, we need Titanite. Now to upgrade to +5, we just need Titanite shard. And I went ahead and upgraded my Zweihänder there. 2 + 2. To upgrade it to +3, we would need 2 Titanite shards actually. The first 2 upgrades only need 1. And I also bought the weaponsmith box and the armorsmith box, so now we can upgrade weapons at bonfires.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Now Andre also talked about ascension, but we can't actually do that just yet. For now, let's check out this place here. I wonder what's up with that. Doesn't really look like we can get far though. But it also looks like there's a guy standing there. The weird armor.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge. No matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak. Still closed. Still closed.
Okay, we can't do anything there just yet, so let's go to the church first. There's also another way we could go, but in the church is actually our objective, the first Bell of Awakening. Now if you remember what the Crestfallen Warrior said, you will also remember that there are 2 Bells of Awakening, and that one of them is up in the Undead Church. And there's tons of summon sites here. This is really a hot spot for summoning. Earlier I think there were at least like 5 in this spot. But hey, I'm not gonna summon anyone here. Oh, I said this was a gauntlet, right? Now this is another mini-boss. You can actually parry him, but I don't have a shield, so I can't really. Still, 2 hits with my Zweihänder take care of him. Now there is another enemy. He's called a channeler. And it's easiest to just take care of him using this technique here. I know, it's cheesing him. But it's really annoying to let him actually do something, because he will buff the enemies up there and use magic. But don't worry, if you want to see me fight those guys later on, will have opportunity to do so. We were a little noisy and aggro that boulder knight there. I'm also going to kill those others, because I hope that one of them will drop their weapon. They can also drop their shields and armor, but the weapon they drop, the ball, the side sword, is one of my favorite weapons in the game, and I hope I can show it to you at some point. Amazing item, eh? A firekeeper soul. Now it's indeed a good item. Now here's the elevator, which we will want to take down, so we can take it up and down at any time. It will lead us back to Firelink Shrine. But firekeeper souls, if we use them, we will get 7 humanity, we'll get fully healed, and we'll get some souls as well. But that's not what we want to do with them. Instead, we will want to give them to a firekeeper, so they can upgrade our Estus flasks with it, and we can heal ourselves more. Or rather, not more, more efficiently, I should say. It's really nice to have that shortcut set up, because it allows us quick travel back to Firelink Shrine, an area we have to get back to rather often. This area here, the Undead Parish, is one we will have to return to several times as well. Now this spot here, if he had left the channel alive, would be rather difficult, because he can't just shoot at us with magic, and we don't have a shield, and not a shield that can block magic efficiently anyway. And while those aren't dangerous on their own, with another guy who does range attacks, it would be rather difficult. But Zweihander really makes short work of those, killing several with one swing. That's all of them, I think. As I already pointed out, the heal miracle is only really good for in-between battles. But it saves Estus, you'd use otherwise. Oh, you heard that noise just now? That means an invader is coming. And now the text announced it as well. So, I don't know where the invader spawns here, but I'm pretty sure he will have to come through here. So I'll just watch that spot here, just in case he's gonna come. Oh shit. Well, apparently he spawns somewhere up there. But anyway. You hear that bell here. This is the Undead Church. The first bell of awakening is here. This isn't actually the bell being rung in our world. It's an online thing. This is the bell being rung in another world. I think it's kind of a cool touch. I didn't explain magic yet, I just realized that. The way magic works in this game is that we have a set amount of castings between bonfires, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. And there are 3 types of magic in the game. We have miracles, which is mostly defensive spells, faith-based magic, and sorcery, which is intelligence-based magic, mostly offensive, and pyromancy, which doesn't really relate to any stat.
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
You know what? I'm in a good mood today. I'm gonna let you out.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward. Only later. Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time. I am free. Now, I can get back to work.
He seems trustworthy.
I am free.
Let's not kill him or anything. Let's just leave him there, sitting. I'm pretty sure he won't do anything bad to us at any point in the game. Now, the one thing I can still say about pyromancy is that it is pretty much exclusively fire spells. And now we're almost done with this area. Hate to announce it because I really like it actually. Now you remember our buddy Solaire? We can actually summon him here as an NPC phantom. So let's do it and engage in some jolly cooperation. And also let's be nice and say hello to him when he shows up. With a nice bow, sign of courtesy. Solaire isn't the only NPC phantom, but he will show up the most throughout the game to help us during boss fights. 3, 2, 1, go. The Bell Gargoyle is kind of overwhelming for a lot of new players. They really have trouble with him. But he's actually not too hard. If you stay below him, you can actually duck under a lot of his attacks. And you can also chop off his tail and get, well, an axe. But oh, where does that fire come from? Wait, what? We have to fight two of them? Well, good, the first one's already dead. Now with Solaire, this fight actually is fairly easy. I've been able to do it by myself, but I want to show you that you can actually summon other NPCs to help you. And the second gargoyle will always come without a tail and mostly breathe fire. Now that was kinda quick. So, I guess I'll just show you the exact same fight again, to say some more about it. Now you see here that I set down a summoning sign. That's just because I really want to show you how co-op works in this game. Now my sign is down here, I'm gonna wait for a player now. That actually went fast. Normally it'd take longer for us to be summoned. But hey, this was really quick. Now this is our friend here. Let's just say hello to him like we said hello to Solaire. Only this time, it isn't actually human, and he will return the favor to us. Now when you assist someone in co-op, and you die, you won't lose anything. That's nice. However, if you win, you will get souls and 1 humanity. The important thing to keep in mind during this fight is to know where the enemy is. You will have to know that there are 2 of them. This can and will surprise you the first time. And you saw here actually another phantom was summoned. Off screen, of course, I didn't show that. There can only be a total of 2 friendly phantoms in the game at a time. And we pretty much pounded them into the ground. And there's nothing left of them, I'm sad to say. Anyway, back to our actual run. We've just killed the bell gargoyles, and now we can climb up to ring the bell, hopefully. it's kind of a really satisfying thing whenever you assist someone and then you hear the bell ringing like a minute later. Because that means, yeah, you help that guy and you know it's that guy you just helped who rang the bell. Because you can hear that online. That's really nice. And we can actually see an area we haven't been to yet from up here. Really nice view anyway. And there it is. The Bell of Awakening. The first one anyway. Just gonna soak in the view for just a little bit before we ring it. So, with the first bell run, we did our deed for the day. Next time we will start making our way to the second bell, but for now, I say goodbye. See you next time.